guys, happy Baby Name Monday. It's SJ, welcome over. Today's list is a nature themed name. I know they are our absolute favourite theme on my channel. It's nature and vintage, and this week I have done the most beautiful name list, all inspired by planet Earth. So I've gone really earthy, really back to basics. At the moment I'm obsessed with forest bathing, sound baths, anything with the word bath in the title. Just that back to nature, the real grounding feeling of being outdoors. And so I want to take this right back to planet Earth and the real origins. So there's tons of names from all around the world. You're going to hear names you've never heard of before. There are some names on this list that are brand new to me, and I've been doing baby naming for years. That sounds weird. So hit subscribe if you love baby names. This is the community where we put together like name nerds like me and parents to be, to really help you pick a fantastic name that you're going to absolutely love. I know you're going to enjoy the list, so stick with it. So the first name is the name Gaia. I had to put it on there first. You probably predicted it. It is the name of Mother Earth. I actually for a long time never even knew that she had a name, but in mythology Mother Earth was known as Gaia. It's about G-A-I-A, so it's a little bit hard to say, but it's so beautiful. And I think all these names, the thing they have in common is I've picked names that are so modern sounding and really wearable and trendy. And I really think now is the time for Gaia, with Gigi being so popular, Aria being so popular. It is just such a beautiful name that is a little bit more unique as well, would really suit a really earthy, down-to-earth family. So while Gaia was Greek mythology, we're doing earth deities, people. That's what I've been looking into and I absolutely loved it, living my geek life. So the Roman goddess of earth was Ceres. So I love this name written down. I do find it harder that it's Ceres, like a series on TV, but if you think about it like cereal, because she was the goddess of like harvest, the earth, it's so gorgeous, and I actually think it is beautiful. I know there's a book about Ceres at the moment that a load of you recommended to me, so I really predict this name is about to really boom as well. It is really lush. It's very almost, because she is a goddess, it really fits in with now, even the whole kind of Game of Thrones thing, doesn't it? It is such a stunning name. I found an Asian goddess from Anatolian culture with the most gorgeous name, Cybele. I love it. I'm obsessed because I love the name Sybil, meaning prophetess, and Cybele was the goddess again of the earth, specifically mountains, nature and wild animals. So I feel like Cybele is quite fierce. This is how I've heard it pronounced. I hope I'm saying it right, but let me know if you would say it any other way. I think it is beautiful. I just think it has got something special about it. It even sounds like a sort of a nickname name that we love at the moment. I call the Evies, with a little E at the end, making you say that extra sound in it. Cybele. Beautiful. Celtic is a little bit easier for me, and that is the goddess Danu. So you may have heard of the goddess Danu. I love the name. I absolutely love it. I love with the U at the end. It gives it something really special that sounds really trendy, but it is off the beaten path, so it's literally off the earth path. She was the mother goddess of the earth, of Irish people, and also of fairies. So I loved that little bit because it's just such a beautiful name, Danu. For me, it is so second glance. It's the type of name you're like, wow, that's really beautiful, and you want to keep saying it a little bit as well. And the ooh sound is so special when we have so many O sounds. That's the type of thing that's a very name nerdy comment, but Danu, love. In Hindu, they have the goddess Bhumi. I love this name, so pretty, with Bodhi being everywhere at the moment, which I'm obsessed with and very happy about. I love the name Bhumi coming after it, and you can see when these names sort of rise up, like when we had Margot, then we have Mabel behind it, and you can really see the sounds become really popular. In Hinduism, she was the goddess of the earth. I think the only thing to watch out for this name is, of course, if you pronounce it B-U-M, it's a little bit rude. Might get a few sniggers in the playground is the only thing. And while I am such a advocate of unique names and kids being kind and celebrating our individuality, there are sometimes, you know, little things you're like, you know what, do I need to worry about that? So I just wanted to flag it, but I do love how beautiful the name Bhumi looks, and just to be out there with a gorgeous unique name. In Inca mythology, they have Mama Pasha, which is so lovely. Pasha is so gorgeous. This really fits in with that luxe trend we talked about a couple of weeks ago as well, where going for more the luxurious high-end names, and Pasha really suits that. I love the fact that it's connected to the Mother Earth again. There's so many names that all bring to life this kind of spirit of what it is very much to be the foundations of the earth, and I just think they're so beautiful, all of them, and it was so much fun just to look around the world. Which of these is kind of your favourites so far? Is there any that you would definitely list? I love to hear all your comments in the bit below. My favourite was this Celtic Goddess name I found, which is Shamina. It's so lovely to me. I love the fact that it's Cher, like the singer. At the beginning with the Z makes it really unusual as well. And then Mina is just really, really soft and gentle at the end. Shamina. So beautiful. So those are all my goddess earth deity names. I loved them. And then I had a look at unique names meaning earth. So we have Avani, which literally means good earth. I talked about this a while ago, maybe a year or so ago now. I did a earthy video, and Avani was one that really stuck out to me and has stayed with me. And now there's a little girl at school called Avani, and I'm like, we need to be best friends. I just love it. With Ava being so popular, Avani is so beautiful. Such a gorgeous meaning, good earth. Afra is a really beautiful name meaning the colour of the earth. All those earth tones that we surround our house with and our clothing, a little bit like me today. I just love it, Afra. So lovely. And I actually really love it with the PH spelling that I've seen as well. So yeah, military means colours of the earth. Dara, spelt like this, is a Sanskrit name. The D and the H, really lovely. With Delilah being so popular, I can see Dara really fitting in. It is very Sanskrit, isn't it? And it means good flow or earth, so to flow. And it's really appealed to anyone who's really into yoga. It's just such a perfect name, Dara. So pretty. Again, like a bit like an aria that's been around meaning air for a long time. I love Dara meaning that flow of life and earth. And how cute is this name? It's Mongolian name, Delki. I just think it is absolutely so sweet, Delki, with a double I at the end. So you can have the nickname Kiki, which means double happiness. Just throwing that in there. I know that's a Japanese name, but Delki, so love it. It means earth or land, again, in Mongolian. But I just think it is so pretty. It really fits this playful trend. I love all the D sounds in this, because I know we really are into those stronger names, those two-syllable names. Really trending at the moment as well. So Delki would be so adorable. The name that's actually going up in the charts at the moment is the name Afkesia. Afkesia. It's really hard to phonetically say it from the writing, but isn't it a gorgeous name? It means to grow. So in Greek mythology, she was a goddess. Maybe she should have been in my goddess list, but she was the goddess of the spring, not Mother Earth, so where things would grow or to bloom or to blossom. Florence means blossom, so why not go Afkesia? Have something a little bit different. It's not too dissimilar from like an Anastasia. It really is sayable once you get your head around it, but it's just such a unique one. I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if somebody would really, really like it, because I hear Euphrasia a lot at the moment, and they sort of grander names a little bit, and Afkesia might just really be one that somebody watching loves. For boys, I love Bardo. So Bardo can mean water or son of the earth. So maybe because water is like the son of the earth, maybe. But I love it. Absolutely love it. I think if I was having a baby, I would go maybe Bardo over a Bodhi, just because I know quite a lot of Bodhis in my little circle. And I think it is so trendy and so cool, especially spelled like this. And I also really loved Bartlett, which has the same meaning, son of the earth, or more specifically, son of the farmer. So a little bit more of the earth worker, which I found a lot of names meaning that, but I really liked Bartlett. Such a cool name. It almost sounds like Bridgerton-y, doesn't it, Bartlett? Kind of like vintage surname as first name. That's the kind of vibes I get from it. But then he's the farmer, so maybe he's a bit more, what's that one? The Cornish one, Poldark. But that's where I'm getting it in my head. I just think it's a really lovely name. You are then the nickname Bart could be coming into play, so just to watch out for that. Then this really lovely Japanese name, Daichi. Japanese names are all over people's name lists at the moment. I'm seeing them on so many name lists. Japanese culture is absolutely huge globally, of course, but now the names, and now we are borrowing names from other cultures so much more. We're much more global thinkers and global citizens, and I really love Daichi. I love anything with that D-A-I, a bit like Daisy, but Daichi, and it's a boy name. So Dai means big or great, and Chi meaning the earth or the land. So it's such a cool one, such a trendy one, Daichi. Yes, please. The last one I have is a Germanic name, the name Lambert. So it literally translates as bright, shining land, Lambert. So it's a little bit like a Robert. I like the fact that you can have the nickname Bertie, and I even like the nickname Lammy. Cute. I liked it. Lambert. I think it just sounds really, really cool again, an alternative to an Albert again. Really wearable because it sounds like a name. So it's a really interesting name, Lambert. And then words from around the world for my last sort of theme, and then I've also got then inspiring people to do with earth and activism, but words from around the world that translate as earth. I was like, that's really interesting. So did you know that the name art actually means earth in Maltese? So it's like soil is art, and I love it because I love the name art as a short form for an Arthur anyway. Art just by itself. Or you could do Bartlett with the nickname Art. That's cute. Forget about Bart, what I said earlier. Art. I think it's such a cool one. It's such a one-syllable cute name. Even as a middle spot, didn't realise the link obviously between art and earth, and just loved it. A Korean term for earth is the cutest name, Jigu. Isn't that so cute? There's so many, you know, with K-pop being so popular, I can see Korean names going to be trending soon. I will think about Korean names. I have looked at it actually, some K-pop names, but Jigu just was my absolute favourite. I think because we've got Jago, Cornish for James, there's not much difference between a Jigu. It just makes you want to jig a little bit more, makes you more happy. It's very lively, isn't it? Jigu, meaning earth, obsessed. Geo, back into the... maybe easier to wear, Geo. This name is trending at the moment. It's one of my personal faves. I've recommended it to quite a few people. It's like it's the beginning of George. You know, if you're honouring a George, you could just go Geo. We hear it often as short for Giovanni, but it means earth, like geography. So Geo, or we do that geo hunting at the moment with the kids. So I just love it as a name. I think it works so well. I think it is really trendy. I love it. Like we have Rio. Geo works so beautifully for boy or girl, totally gender neutral. Then elements of the earth, I think we know these. I've put these on more nature names that I've done in the past before, but things like clay, you know, very, very earthy names. Things like coast, for when you're on the edge of the land, or the ocean, of course. June, really cementing you to the sand. Sagittarius, cementing you to the sand. June. At the moment, I'm obsessed with the name green. I don't know why, it is so strongly in my head. I just keep thinking about it. I love it. Green meaning, you know, obviously green is so representative of planet Earth. My whole house is actually pretty much green. But with the E on the end, I just think it makes a beautiful word name as a first name that really links you to Earth. I'm really into it. Am I alone? Would you be called Green? Maybe it's a Friends reference. Can I sell it to you, anyone? But I'm loving it. And then axis, which is the earth spinning on its axis, which is the center of the earth, which I've recommended before because I love it. Or meridian, which is the imaginary semicircular sphere around the earth that measures from top to bottom, the meridian. So you've got the axis and the meridian, and I love those as names. They work beautifully. So last up, I looked at environmental leaders. I always do this a little bit looking like who's in the field, but I found the most wonderful links with their perfect names. So Greta Thunberg, who we know as the Swedish activist all around climate change, and Greta means pearl or creates light, and Thunberg means mountain hill. So it's just such a perfect name. I love the name Greta anyway, but I love the fact that her name means to shine this light off this mountain hill, which is so perfect and earthy. Hans Cosmas Gotea, he is a Tanzanian videographer all around nature, and he's getting a lot of buzz at the moment. He's almost like a young David Attenborough, really into conservation, making beautiful films out of his homeland. And I love his name because Cosmos, it's not quite cosmos, but it does mean that order and beauty and that order of the universe. And Hans means gracious, so kind of his whole name is Gracious Universe, and I was like geeking out on that. And Lennox Yearwood Jr., who is a pastor, who is talking a lot to youth in America. He does hip hop, he's quite trendy, about Earth and the planet, and I love that his name Lennox means elm grove, and then Yearwood, it's like forevermore, these elm groves. So they've just got perfect names. So if you name your child one of these planet Earth names, you may go on to have a real Earth warrior on your hands, and that would be lush. It was funny because I realised that David Attenborough's name is David Frederick, and my little boy is Frederick David, and he was born, literally we used to live like 5 minutes from David Attenborough's house in Richmond, and we saw him the other day when we were in Richmond. I think we did. Freddie was like, I think I just saw David Attenborough, and now I can say, oh, you're Frederick David and he's David Frederick. So yes, little fun fact at the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. There are some different names here, but I love exploring different names and coming up with new ideas and ways of looking at trends. So let me know any trends you'd like me to cover in the comment section below. I will be around tonight so I can chat as well, and I will see you on my next video. Please do hit subscribe. I really would love to have some more of you here who are naming babies. I know people are getting pregnant every single day and you're starting from zero again, and I've been here for years doing this. I really know my stuff when it comes comes to names, Baby Name Academy, if you've already emailed me, is coming. I'm working really hard on it behind the scenes, which is going to be all about helping people set up as a baby name consultant. You can email me your interest and then you'll be on the email list when it launches, which should be in a few weeks. I'm just busy setting it all up so it's perfect. And I'll see you soon. Bye guys.